What's up, everyone? Welcome to Backlog and Beyond, the podcast where we talk about the old video games we want to beat and the new ones we play instead. I'm your host, Jeff Zavatero.
And I'm your other host, Hathan Knockins, and this is episode 26.
Knockins.
Hathan Knockins. That is just ridiculous, but I love it. Hathan Knockins.
Great.
Man.
As usual, that's Nathan Hawkins, but we fill in each other's names on the sheet that we both read off of.
Should we probably do like a thing where we say, and I'm your other host, Nathan Hawkins, a.k.a., and then we say the name?
No.
Okay.
I want first-time listeners to think your name is Hathan. I'm just going to refer to you as Hathan for the rest of the show.
Wait till the next episode. You're going to love it. It's great.
Okay. All right. So we both tried some new consoles today. Mine much newer than Nathan's.
Oh, yes. Much newer.
But new to him, and we had some good times.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just jump into what we've been playing, maybe not talk about the Oculus games.
Right.
And I won't. But now I'm trying to think, I don't think I played anything besides Oculus Quest games and PlayStation 5 games.
Wow, it's almost like you're as busy as I am.
I just sat the whole week. Everything else feels like useless. I'm like, oh, that's that PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 5 comes out this week.
Yeah, why would I do that? I'm gonna wait. That totally makes sense.
So yeah, that's it
Cool.
for me then. What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima still. I think I'm on the last mission before we move on to the third and last act of the game. So I'm close, but I've acquired some new armor. It looks absolutely amazing. And I've purchased every single color possible. I've just been hoarding supplies nonstop in this game. So whenever I go to upgrade stuff, I have a superfluous amount of supplies to use, and leather and iron, and yeah. So I just stock up until I get to an upgrade sequence, and then I just go crazy. I upgrade literally everything I can. And yeah, so my stats are pretty good. Still enjoying the game. Loving the new abilities that I'm gaining. So it's good times. So I'm streaming that pretty much every weekend now. So.
Nice. I booted that up on a PlayStation 5, but my save data didn't transfer over yet.
Ew.
My hard drive is a lot smaller than my PlayStation 4 was, so I didn't do a full data transfer. I just downloaded games individually.
That makes sense.
So I'm wondering if I go back on my PlayStation 4 if I could upload them.
Oh, okay.
So I have to do some research because I wanted to pick up from where I left off.
I'm curious to see what you think about how it looks differently, because it's supposed to have a 60 frame rate upgrade.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'll get more into that later.
Cool.
But yeah, next we're going to move on to the news. We gathered some new supplies. But Nathan, what did you find for the week?
Well, I have a couple things. The Xbox Series X, there was a video filtering around with these Xbox Series X's on smoking. Smoke's just flying out of these Xboxes, and everyone's freaking out. They're like, what? And it turns out it was debunked, and these guys were just merely putting their vapes. They were just blowing vape smoke up to the bottom of the Xbox Series X, making it look like it was smoking. So all these tweets I'm coming across are like, oh yeah, the PlayStation, I can't wait. Or no, it was like Xbox guys talking smack about the PlayStation, and then somebody would post that video and they'd say, yeah, but Xbox has that great grilling feature. it was hilarious. But
I saw a couple people put a ping pong ball on top of their Xbox, and then when the fan would blow, it would keep the ping pong ball in the air.
Oh, that's amazing.
And someone designed Xbox brand ping pong balls just so you could buy one to have it hover over your Xbox.
So it just looks like a cool floating orb.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty neat.
Awesome.
That's pretty neat. But anyway, so yeah, so then Xbox even had to come out and make a statement saying, please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox, you idiots. It's that's basically what they said.
That should go without saying.
I know, right? But anyway, that was dumb. Also, the PS5 apparently has been having some rest mode issues.
I saw that today.
Bunch of articles coming out. I don't know if you had this issue, but apparently it happens when they put their PlayStation 5 into rest mode while running specifically the remastered version of Spider-Man. It just crashes and it causes the whole system to do a repair your external drive thing. So it pretty much wipes everything and refreshes your entire PlayStation 5. I know Sony's looking into it, but that's an issue. That's a no bueno
Yeah.
for Sony, man. Come out day one. oh yeah, by the way, don't play the remastered game just yet. Hold on, we're gonna have issues. So yeah, it's pretty sad. But I guess that some other people have been having like freezing issues while playing like Demon Souls, Sackboy, Spider-Man Miles Morales. So again, it seems to be like that nobody knows exactly what the issue is, but I know Sony is looking into it since they think they came out with like a little report saying, "Hey, sorry about this. We're looking into it." So
Luckily, that's something I have not run into anything of yet. I
that's good.
finally downloaded Spider-Man Remastered because I bought the regular edition. And I
Okay.
couldn't figure out how to upgrade, and I finally
Oh,
did yesterday.
nice.
It's like you can't find it in the store. You just have to like go into the game and hit R1. It was super
Oh,
sketchy.
all right, cool.
Yeah, for my news, Avengers, the Marvel game, has lost
Oof.
96% of its players since
Oh,
launch.
God.
The game was a 6.5 billion yen lost, which translates to 63 million.
Hmm.
Because it cost 100 million to make, but only sold about 3 million copies.
Oh, God. Can you
So
imagine? They're like, yeah, guys, we kind of missed the mark just a little bit.
uh,
By like
yeah.
$80 million. Like 90, was it like 97 million dollars they missed the mark or whatever?
100 minus 63 is 37, but that's cool.
Oh, I thought you said 100 and I thought you said it cost 100 million to make and they only sold 3 million.
Well, yeah, and then it says it was a loss of 63 million. I don't know.
Oh, okay, got it. So they sold like what, 3 million copies is what you meant.
Yeah, got it.
Oh,
I know.
okay,
I
okay.
see what you meant now. But like
Yeah,
3 million times, 60 is 18 million, so
that
that's
makes sense. Okay.
82.
So it's still, they
Uh
missed the mark.
they did miss it, like, and it was like it should have been a slam dunk, but like even all
Yeah.
the gameplay, even the reveal footage, everyone's like, "Sweet, they're releasing a PlayStation 3 game." Uh
Cool.
and then it just never got better.
Ugh.
Also, in the PlayStation 5 library, you can filter by platform, and they have a
Oh,
PlayStation 5 section,
that's
a
cool.
PlayStation 4 section, and a mysterious PlayStation 3 section. For most
Oh,
people, it is blank. I have PlayStation Now, so my PlayStation 3 games have been popping up there that I played on PlayStation Now.
okay.
However, if you go into PlayStation Now, certain PlayStation 3 games have prices next to them. So it's leading to a
Interesting.
lot of speculation that there's going to be eventually, hopefully, backwards compatibility with some PlayStation
Oh.
3 games.
Wow, they're trying to play catch up a little late, aren't they?
Oh, I mean, I'll take it.
Oh, I will too. I'm not saying like that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, guys.
I wish they would. Like, there's not even a good
No,
emulator out for it right now. So
seriously though, like they need to go all the way back to PlayStation 2 even, I think. But
they just need to re-release the PlayStation 3 that played PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games, and
I
then I'll
mean,
just get
yeah.
that and I'll be set.
Yeah, what is it, the plate? They just need to come out with the PlayStation 3 mini or whatever like
Yeah, I would do that. I would buy that.
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Because I
well
don't want to
that's
buy
cool
all.
though. That's really hopeful for all the people who wanted to play the old games cuz honestly there's a lot of PS3 games that I loved that I would totally play again if I had the
Yeah.
opportunity. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we have gigabit internet here, and I did a speed test on this MacBook, and it was 400 megabits a second. On the
Holy
PlayStation, it's
crap.
only 92, but I
Okay.
booted up Red Dead Redemption on PlayStation Now,
Mhm.
and it was pixely and it was
Mm.
laggy. I did not have a good time playing it.
Oh.
And so it was even weirder to me that you had a good experience with PlayStation Now when your internet is generally not great.
Yeah, well again, I didn't actually like try to play the game. I just booted up
Oh,
a game. I just wanted to
got
see
it.
if it would actually load a PlayStation 3 game and it worked.
Got it.
So, and but again, my internet's actually pretty solid now that I've booted it up to I'm like wired now, so I'm getting about 80 to 90 megabytes per second.
Megabits.
Sorry, megabits, sorry.
Bits.
Bits.
I know. I hate that they're different, and it's like,
I
is it a
know.
capital B or a lowercase b?
Yeah, exactly, the lowercase b. Thank you.
Great. So we're gonna move on. So this main topic is a little different. Nathan tried the Oculus Quest for the first
Mhm.
time,
Yep.
and I played the PlayStation 5 for the first time. So it's kind of like two bigger segments of Give It an Hour.
Right.
And the first one we're going to cover is Nathan's giving it several hours of the Oculus Quest.
Mhm.
I got the Oculus Quest 2, and I sent Nathan my one that he could try indefinitely.
Yeah, which is
And
awesome because now it's like, okay, well, I mean, so here's the deal. Like, if I end up loving it, do you want me to pay you for it?
we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I have to
All right.
discuss with my wife, who's a mod on the stream right now. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah, she texted me that's weird. Like she's listening to me live, but she has
Yeah.
to wait like 5 seconds for your reaction.
She could just listen to the actual stream instead.
What we should have done is put her on Zoom, and then she could have had it on mute.
Oh, she could have done
Things
that.
we learned for later. Anyway,
That's okay. Live, you learn.
Yep. So, we're just gonna go through some questions and impressions, and if any of my questions don't cover something that you wanted to talk about, let me know.
Cool.
What initial feelings about putting it on and going through setup for the first time? How'd it go?
At first I was a little worried because I noticed that it was all blurry, and I couldn't tell if that was just because the lenses were dirty or if I needed to adjust the vision. I forget what it's called, not the depth, but the space.
Like the lens, yeah.
Yeah, the lens spacing. So I adjusted that immediately. And actually, once I kind of figured out where to rest it properly, like I had to kind of like have it rest further down on my nose, and that was like perfect, and it was comfortable. It wasn't too heavy or anything.
Great.
So setup was actually pretty easy. Obviously, I had to get the idea of I had to figure out where I was going to stand because of space issues. So that was a big one because this office is really small, but I was able to find like a little section of the room where I was able to at least swing my arms and stand like still, and I could move my arms. I could basically play Beat Saber like no problem.
Nice.
Where I'm standing. So that's the good thing. But yeah, it was cool. I changed the room, the environment, whatever, because you had it as the Simpsons living room or whatever, which was awesome.
Were able to mod it, yeah.
It was awesome, but I changed it to like the Winter Lodge or whatever, where you actually see the ski. What do they call them?
Ski lift.
The ski lift. Thank you. You see the lift kind of going up and over your lodge or whatever. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it was trippy. It was a little trippy at first, but I got acquainted pretty quickly.
Yeah,
So.
I really enjoy setting up the Guardian and like the pass through, so you could see everything going on around you.
Yeah, that was actually I liked that a lot. The pass through. Then you didn't have to worry about running into things while you're trying to figure out where you want to stand properly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I liked how you could just like bend down to tell the Oculus where the floor was.
Yeah, and
just literally draw the space that you have to play. I was like, that's cool, because like, what if it's like a weird triangle shape?
Yep.
Or it's not like, oh, we need you to have a perfect circle space in order to play. So it's really like if you have a rectangle of space, here you go, here's your rectangle, and because you can just manually draw it. So I thought that was really cool. That was clever.
Yeah. And like having the cameras built in is a lightsaber.
Beat Saber.
Because I had the Oculus Rift first, and you had like two cameras set up.
Oh, that sucks.
And you had to have them pointed like both toward the middle, and then you set up your Guardian. So like, that's amazing.
Yeah,
and I think there's a way, if you're in the middle of playing a game, you could tap the side of the device twice, like anywhere, and it'll go into pass-through mode, so you could see what's going on around you in case you want to get a soda.
That is cool.
Yeah,
that is cool. I'll have to check that out next time I need to, like, because the thing is, like, when I'm playing, I have to be able to watch the girls, like, it's like check the monitor and everything. So if I can't look at the monitor every once in a while, like, have to keep doing this every 5 seconds, that'd be really annoying. So if I could just tap real quick and look, that'd be great. So that's perfect.
Yeah. What experiences did you like? What games and modes or activities did you do so far?
So the first thing I did was I checked out Big Screen, because I was like, what's this? What's Big Screen? And then I kind of watched just like a snippet of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Like that was trippy. Like watching a movie and making it feel like you were in a movie theater or whatever. That was pretty neat. I jumped into table tennis. I ended up playing that for hours. I don't know why. I played so much table tennis. Like, you think, oh, he's got an Oculus, he's gonna play some really cool like story games and some really immersive gameplay. Not table tennis. That's my go-to. So I played table tennis, and then we obviously played Wander. We did a little bit of Wander, and then I played Beat Saber after your headset died.
Yeah. I didn't have it charged all the way, and plus, I was getting really sweaty. I'm like, I need out from under this.
Dude, I was not sweaty till after Beat Saber.
Oh, yeah.
That was insane. But dude, like the table tennis was really fun. It was hilarious because Jeff and I were playing table tennis, and he would like just lightly tap it so it would just barely go over the edge of the net, and then I'd try to like lunge to get the damn ball, but I'd smack my hand into the wall or to the bookshelf, and you hear like this loud crack, and I'd be like, ah, son of a. And it was horrible.
All you could see is the other player's hands and head, and then I would see Nathan go, and then you just start like the hand starts shaking. It was so funny to watch.
Well, then also too, like I'd make an amazing like score, and Jeff would like be turned around to look at the ball, and then his head would just flick around and just like stare at me like, you idiot. I was like, this is hilarious. Like you could totally see the emotion of just like the physical being of the body without actually seeing eyes and face. It was hilarious.
For sure.
Then we played Wander for a while. We actually went to Iraq randomly. I was like,
Yeah.
let's go to Baghdad. And it was so weird
It was
because
such a weird like place for you to say, let's go.
yeah, I wanted to see Iraq. I was like, what is over there, you know?
Yeah.
So we went to Baghdad, and Baghdad seemed pretty normal because we ended up in like someone's backyard, and it was like a playground. We're like, okay, this looks like Oakland. And then we left, and then we went to where did we go? Oh, that's right. Then we went to some random part like on the outer skirts of town, and it was like outside of like a little like a food store, and there was like two guys standing out front, and they were staring at the guy who had taken the picture. They looked like they were like really pissed off at him for taking the picture. we ended up in some sort of like recreation hall for like kids, and there was like a pool table, and it was just so sad actually. Like the couches were torn, it was like dirty everywhere. There's like graffiti in this place, and these kids looked like they just, I don't know, like they were actually having like they didn't know that there's better out there, I guess. I don't know how to say this without sounding like, an American, but it was so sad because they seemed like that's their life. It's totally normal to them, hanging out at this rundown looking pool hall. And it was really sad, actually. And there was some other guy like in the back who looked really shady. He was like wearing no shoes, and they had really nice TVs though.
I know.
They had huge TVs, great speaker systems, but then everything else just looked like it was decimated and just left to rot. It was horrible. And then we randomly ended up inside of someone's baby room. Like there was a crib.
Yeah, I think these were situations where people took 360 photos and then uploaded them.
Yes,
So,
it definitely
like,
was.
It wasn't like Google like going into people's houses.
No. It wasn't like that.
Some pictures?
Yeah, no, it was clearly some people were posting these for some reason. I don't know why, but we literally landed inside of like someone's baby's room, and it was like Hello Kitty everywhere. There was a trash bag on the floor that clearly had a diaper in it, and it looked like crap in there. I was like, why would you take a picture of this room when it's like not even like put together? It was so weird. I was like, we need to get the hell out of Iraq. So we left, and then we went to Portugal. We went to Jeff took me to like his grandparents' house.
Yeah.
We went to Hogwarts. We went
to Disneyland.
We went to Disneyland.
They have all of Disneyland too. You could just walk around the park, but they did it on a busy day, so we were just like people looking at like.
Yeah, we were making fun of people's shirts. It was fun.
Yeah, like sandals.
It was hilarious.
It was really fun though, like to be able to like go to these places together, and like I could see you, and then we could just point out and be like,
yeah.
wow.
What was it? Where would we go? It was Adam Savage's.
His cave.
His cave. That was so cool. He had like all the old like Star Wars like memorabilia. He had like a Terminator robot. He had all kinds of cool things just laying around.
Yeah,
in, like those.
That was
those
a really
cases.
fun experience.
It was so cool.
And then I know you did. I think the first thing you did was First Contact, right?
Yes, I played First Contact. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was amazing. If you're going to jump into Oculus, the first thing you need to do is First Contact. It was the most hyper-realistic thing, and it felt so weird. I felt like I was actually inside of like a trailer, and there's this robot that comes around the corner. He starts handing you things, and you start playing. Like, and the physics are insane. Like, I was throwing cans around the room. I was bouncing ping pong balls off the robot.
Yeah.
And then we were using like a 3D printer thing that would like print like guns, and like I'd shoot things. It was just so fun, but it was a really cool way to like get used to the controls and kind of understand, just like where you are and how to stand, like the physics of everything and how it all works. And it was like a great entry level game to play.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like that's always what I show people first. Like,
yeah, it just looked so cool. Like ultimately, if anything, it looked amazing.
Yeah, awesome. I think you also got some really good experiences where they weren't narrative based, but they dipped your feet into it a bit so that you can be familiar when you start moving on to those types of games.
Right. Beat Saber, dude. I beat the hell out of Under the Sea.
I
made that song my.
I made that.
I'm just saying. All right, I made that song my. I was doing. Honestly, if I'd had more space, I'd have done twirls. I was doing salsa dance moves in between. Mm-hmm. Man, Under the Sea, I had that thing blasted in my headphones. I was rocking, and I was like sweaty by the end of it too. I think I played it like 4 times because I loved it.
That song in particular?
Yes, that song in particular. And then I did Bruno Mars.
What difficulty did you do?
Whatever difficulty it was on. I think it automatically had like an auto difficulty, so I just kept it.
Some of the ones you could download have like only extreme or like only normal.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I got a little bit further in the campaign for you.
Oh, nice.
I got to level 8A.
Oh yeah, I almost never do the campaign type
It was
stuff,
hard.
because I'm all about like me. Back before COVID, I would have people over, and then we would like play Beat Saber and like stream it on the
Right.
TV so people could watch.
That's cool.
So like I've never done the campaign mode for that game.
It was hard though. Where you left off was like really hard because it gets to a point in Beat Saber where the squares start turning like right before you're about to hit it,
Oh,
and like the little triangle lights they
yeah.
shut off. So you have to memorize. Like you're given like maybe like a second and a half to
Oh,
memorize
to look
the.
at it and they fade away. Got it.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
dude,
difficult.
that was so hard. It was almost impossible. But I ended
Yeah.
up like getting a little bit further. But
I
anyway.
think I used side quests to put custom songs into Beat Saber, but at the time like it was like don't update it or you lose your custom songs.
Hmm.
And eventually I'll help you update it so you get a more recent version.
Mm-hmm.
A recent version has multiplayer, but you can't do custom songs with that at all. But we could play the same song at the same time and compare score.
Oh, that's cool.
Or the one before that, they have some 360 songs. So I was
Oh.
doing the Greatest Show, but the Panic at the Disco cover of it, and you turn like all the way around in your space, and it's very fun. Like, but
That's
it's very
so
like
cool.
it's like oh the walls start moving in, you're like oh I move this way.
Oh, what the hell?
It's really cool. So I'll help you with that later.
Okay, cool.
Of all of those, I think I could safely assume that Beat Saber was your favorite so far.
Beat Saber was my favorite just because of the experience. Like, and I love music. I love music so much. And I'm not a big fan of DDR, but for some reason, this like really
This is like a cool DDR.
this is a cool DDR, exactly. And I think second would probably have to be big screen. Like that experience is just really cool. And I
Yeah.
feel like, eventually, I don't know when it'll happen, but maybe one night we can just watch a movie together
Yep.
on the Oculus and just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Yep.
cool.
They have some built-in of like the regular movie apps, but you can't do those
Mhm.
with friends yet. But if you want to sit in your room and watch Prime Video,
Yeah.
it's really dope.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I might just do that in the morning. Like maybe like instead of like Wednesday mornings playing a game, I'll just watch something. I'll just call it
Yeah.
Wednesday watch day. I'll just watch something to myself,
Yeah, that would be dope.
Anyway,
Too bad you can't like stream it, but yeah,
I know, right?
get there.
TOS.
Yeah. Were there any experiences that you didn't necessarily like or would like to see improved upon?
No, I mean honestly, like it seems like they have what the issues would be figured out. Like I
Mhm.
think they've figured that part out. But honestly, my issue is just space. You need to have enough space to do everything properly, especially table tennis. so honestly, like if you're gonna get the Oculus, make sure you have a good amount of space in the room. That's
Yeah,
just my only.
Otherwise, you're locked. Like, there's games that you can play, like Moss.
Yeah, you can
and
sit down
Ghost
and play
Giant,
'em.
and you could sit down, and then
Mhm.
really it's just moving your head a little bit, and then limited arm motions. But
Right.
there are some games that you are absolutely not going to get to try.
But even if you're like standing still and you have enough arm room, you're fine. But again, as soon as you have to start sidestepping and doing some crazy stuff, you just need to have room, unfortunately, and that's what I don't have. But again, I feel like I have enough experiences to play around with that I don't need that kind of space.
That's fair.
So.
Did you get a chance to try hand tracking yet in the main menus?
I did not.
You
I
could
did
take
not.
off the controllers in the menus, and like it recognizes your hands, and like you could articulate your fingers, and it's still something
What?
they're in beta yet, but you could select games and start them.
That's cool.
And do select apps with them. I'll explain. Well, let me go into SideQuest now.
Yeah.
SideQuest is like a third-party app.
Okay.
Have you read about it at all?
I've not.
Okay. It's where people make their own games and experiences that you could like put onto the Oculus Quest through your computer. So it's almost like mods.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then some of the mods are alterations to games, and some of them are completely original games and experiences. Like
Gotcha.
I know there was a game called To the Top, and
Okay.
it's on Steam VR, and I think it's on the Oculus Rift, but it got denied for making it onto the Quest platform.
Oh, that sucks.
So instead, they sell it, and then you could sideload it on SideQuest onto your Quest. So that's what a lot of people have been doing.
Oh, okay.
So there's some experiences where in SideQuest where you can download games that use hand tracking, and one of them's like hand tracking lab, and it puts like different items in front of you, and you could see what it's like to grab it. Like the first one has a rubber ducky, and if you squeeze, it squeaks. You can
That's
pick
really
up dart
cool.
guns, and it can recognize when you pull the triggers and which way you're aiming at.
That's
Like
really cool.
like the technology's already built into it. It's just we gotta wait for developers to start using it now.
Yeah, because I can imagine like I think the only thing that'd be missing in that aspect for me would be um the tactile function. Because if you're just squeezing your fingers, like what are you doing? You know,
I
you're
know, yeah,
literally
and like so I think PlayStation started to patent it too, like gloves
I was gonna say the Power Glove's coming back.
with haptic, yeah, with haptic feedback.
Yeah.
I think that's the next step because like some of
Yes.
those in there, like I'm grabbing it and it lagged a little bit, but like I could tell it was being responsive to what I was doing, but it's nothing like actually holding a hammer or a rubber ducky or a baseball.
PlayStation 10 is just gonna be a VR suit.
It's just going to be an injection into your head.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, man. Can you imagine getting like a whole like Velcro strap-on suit that like vibrates in certain patches of your body? Like when you get shot,
like shot.
You feel it in the gut, or you feel it in the back, or like you're wearing a helmet, so you feel like a headshot.
Yeah,
that'd be insane. Look, it'd be like something out of Tron, basically.
Oh my god. We're gonna get to Ready Player One pretty soon. We're like our body's in stasis, but we're like moving around.
Dude, if that's gonna be my retirement in like an old folks' home, I am so ready to die.
Honestly, soon. Same.
Like so ready to retire and go to a old folks' home.
Just on the podcast last week with Crooked, you were talking about how you really were hoping to wait for a more immersive virtual reality experience. How was this for, like, was it immersive for you and did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it and it's immersive, but not enough.
Got it. That's
like
fair.
I think regardless of, I would say like Beat Saber was pretty immersive just because you're standing still anyway.
Yeah.
And table tennis was also very immersive. Like here's the thing. The things that I had done were very immersive. But I feel like when I start going into any kind of first person stuff, like specifically with what was the game that came out recently? Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's going to be the issue for me, where I'm just moving. Like even when I played Resident Evil 7 and in PlayStation VR, the fact that I was just sitting down playing, it was immersive. Don't get me wrong, because it felt intense, and it was I would say 10 times more intense than it was playing on a TV. But still, I feel like if I really want an actual experience, I do want some sort of Omni treadmill. I really do.
True.
And I know what Crooked said was true. Like you'll get tired, and I get it, because Beat Saber, you get tired. But I feel like VR is going to be a separate thing from console gaming. And I feel like VR is going to be those moments where it's like, you know what, I want to get some exercise today, and I want a different experience today. So I'm going to accept the fact that I'm going to be tired after this, and I'm going to be sweaty, but that's what I'm looking for. You know, I want to feel like I'm actually running in a battle. I want to feel like I have to dodge, you know, like so imagine playing Ghost of Tsushima. The only issue I think where you run into is if you're doing like dodge rolls, like if you're trying to like quickly dodge roll back, like how are you supposed to do that on an Omni treadmill? You can't actually do a roll. You know what I mean?
You're gonna need a dedicated room.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, like you'd have to be
room
like
scale and to be able to recognize.
Yeah, it's
so it's like
your
walls. There's no way to really. There's amusement parks where they set up kind of like what we did with The Void.
Oh,
Were
yes.
you there for that?
I've heard about it.
Yeah, like they have rooms and mazes specifically catered to a specific game.
Yes.
And like when I did the Wreck-It Ralph and the Star Wars one, and moving from room to room in this environment and seeing avatars like live of your friends where you can articulate your fingers and high five, and like we're not there yet, but like it's incredible,
right?
I sometimes get like frustrated, well, not frustrated I guess, but people will say, oh, you know, Ghost of Tsushima playing on the 2D screen, like it was so immersive playing on the screen. I'm like, you can't say that, and then you go into VR and you're like, it's not as immersive as it should be.
Yeah, no, totally. Like
it's like a whole different level once you get into VR.
It really is. Like it definitely like amps up the level to something that's not anything. What was the word I'm trying to find here? It's not like anything else. I can't explain it, but that's the way I can explain it. It's not like anything else. And yeah, I don't get the same feeling that I get playing Beat Saber than I do playing Ghost of Tsushima. But what I want to play Ghost of Tsushima and get that feeling.
Yeah.
That's what I want out of a VR experience. And I don't think we'll ever get there. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever get there to the point of where I can do dodge rolls like without breaking an ankle. I'm not a stuntman.
Like physically,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like physically, I can't just do that. Like I'd have to like do like samurai training to properly play a game. It's almost ridiculous. It's not conducive to, the average gamer. This is someone who's like a Batman billionaire, and they want a very specific niche experience that they spend millions of dollars on to have. So, I mean, I think for what it is, it's amazing, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that's looking for a different experience.
I'm going to recommend a couple of games to you.
Okay.
I want you to play, if you can get a little more room and you are interested in a workout feature, Thrill of the Fight is an amazing boxing game. Like,
Thrill of the Fight, all right.
I did one fight and I was like, oh no. But like, I definitely punched a couple of things in the room. So
awesome.
You need to be very careful with that game.
I might have to face a different way then. I think I can get away with it if I face a different way. Now it's funny because now that I think about it, I really should have I actually could have just turned the camera around. I think I would have had more arm room to reach. Because the problem is there's a treadmill.
If you had your back to the boxes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If I'd have turned my back to what I was facing originally, I probably would have had more opportunities to get some of those swings in table tennis.
Got it.
Okay, so what was it? Thrill of the Fight? Thrill of the Fight?
Thrill of the Fight.
Okay.
I think you should try Moss for sure. Like,
okay.
That one's one of the ones where you just sit down and play it, but like every level is like a diorama.
I played Moss. At your
you did. You
party.
played it, yeah. So I think you should beat that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll pick it up and actually try to finish it.
I mean, I want you to play Vader Immortal for sure. It's like a narrative Star Wars story,
right?
And not only do they have like the story that you can go through, but they also have like a training dojo, and you get a lightsaber and you can fight droids.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's 3 episodes, and it's a lot of fun so far.
Okay.
That one you have to build up to. I don't like teleportation as a movement in VR. As a concept, that takes me out of it.
Exactly.
So I like to turn on what they call locomotion, which you could do in the settings, but it makes you nauseous like 10 times quicker.
Okay.
So it's definitely something I've been having to do just at little chunks at a time. But the
Gotcha.
story and the voice acting and like early in the game, sorry to spoil it, but like Darth Vader walks in a room and like it's intimidating. Like
that's
you're
awesome.
looking up at him and he's like, so solve of this puzzle and I'll let you live.
Yeah,
I got you.
All right, here we go. 1 second.
But then there's at the same time you could like touch his face and he doesn't react because it's not
that's all.
Yeah,
that's just totally takes you out of it. You're like slapping him in the face. I really want to play LA Noire in VR.
Yeah. Oh, I did try that when when I connected it to my computer because I think I sent you those videos.
Yeah.
Where he was just messing with people the entire time. Like
he's like picking people's noses. Yeah.
And he's like, not now, Johnson. That one was fun too. But definitely those 3 games to start.
Cool.
And yeah, I just got Walking Dead Saints and Sinners as part of Humble Bundle, so I got it for like it's a $40 game, and I got it for like less than 10.
Nice.
But
Shannon picked up speaking of bundles, Shannon picked up $600 worth of clothes for $200.
That is equally a good deal to what I got.
Right? It was all from what's it's random, I know. It's what's the fancy Gap? Banana Republic. Banana Republic had a sale. The fancy Gap, that's what it is.
The famous Old Navy, which I was a proud shopper of.
So Old Navy's so Gap's the fancy Old Navy, and then Banana Republic's the fancy Gap. Anyway, sidestepping. Sorry, so you were saying about your bundle.
Yeah, so I got a couple of experiences I could try, but your computer's not strong enough yet, so you cannot play that way yet.
All right.
Yeah, so I think you got some good experiences in there. And
I did.
I hope you continue enjoying it. Cause
I'm definitely gonna keep playing.
I had I have an Oculus Rift, which for some reason doesn't work very well anymore. I had the PlayStation VR, and I had the Quest, but I never had anyone to play with. So all of these experiences are. One thing I want us to both go through the tutorial for is the Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Oh yes, I wanted to play that.
It'll put us on like a ship together, and like if I'm the captain and you're doing a specific job, I tell you what to do, and like you could read me readings.
I've actually watched streams of people doing that, but it's like everyone's a crew member, like everyone, and it's hilarious because they're all yelling at each other. It's so funny.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's hilarious. But yeah, I definitely want to try that. I've seen videos of it and it looks super fun.
if you had a strong enough computer and we could play Phasmophobia, it would be
Mm.
so good.
Dude, Phasmophobia in VR, I would love to do that.
Oh,
I need to get a new
I'm
graphics
gonna
card though.
cry. It's gonna be so scary.
I know, dude. Watching gameplay alone's scary. Insane.
There's a couple experiences we're missing out on computer. I wish we could play. Like they have the
Dude, I
Star Wars
know.
Squadrons that we could do. They made a sequel to the movie Groundhog Day as a VR game.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And there's also a Marvel superhero game where you can play as like a dozen characters. Like I play this Black Widow and I think Captain America, and you can like throw your shield or Wolverine's claws,
Oh, that's
and
nifty.
it's fighting. But it made me so sick.
I've never had that issue. I've not gotten nauseous playing VR once. I think I got kind of like dizzy at one point playing Resident Evil 7, but I had been playing for what, like 3 or 4 hours at the bachelor party. So, but even then, like it takes a lot for me to get
That's how
nauseous.
exciting my bachelor party is. We watched Nathan play VR for 3 to 4.
Basically, they watched me play Resident Evil 7 for 3 to 4 hours, and they watched me play Moss and
But we also like it was fun because we
You
got
tortured
giant
me.
sticks and like poked you.
right, yeah, you guys were scaring
It
me
was
from
so
behind.
funny.
That was intense. I think I said the C word at least like 6 or 7 times.
It was weird that was your go-to, but yeah, you did.
Well,
there was a
she
female
was there.
that you were referring to, which sucks, but you did.
Yeah, well, she was.
All right, let's
Unbeknownst
move on.
to her. Unbeknownst to her, which you
She
find
would have
out
killed
later.
you a lot quicker.
It's true. It's true.
Rightfully so. I would have been rooting for her.
Fair enough.
We're gonna move on to our game. I wrote video game taboo first, but it's actually 10 words.
I wrote 10 questions. So stupid.
So Nathan and I have each picked a game, and we have picked 10 words that more exceedingly give away what the game is, but we're going to
Yes.
try to guess it as quickly as possible. Why don't you give me your 10 words first?
Okay. First word, platformer.
Super Mario Brothers.
No. Next word's puzzle.
Guacamelee.
No. Next word's animated.
Okay. Did we do questions? Do we get questions?
I forget. I forget. I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm going to try to do it without.
Okay. Same here. Same here.
Animated. Ultimate Chicken Horse.
No.
No.
Next word, fiddlesticks.
That doesn't help me at all.
Okay. Next word, searching.
Tomba.
No. Next word, uncover. Okay. Next word, obstacles.
These are so generic. I feel like this Fiddlesticks should have helped me, but it didn't.
Yeah, fiddlesticks is actually a very helpful, very
Okay.
helpful one.
No, I don't got it.
Okay, these you're gonna get it this time. You're gonna get it.
Okay.
Next word, black.
What? Black?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna help you out. Think color scheme.
Oh, hue.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I got far enough to get Fiddlesticks, but
Yeah, Fiddlesticks was the developer.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was either that or what was the other one? I forget. But then after that, black was gonna be white, and then it was gonna be color.
Which word was that? How many words did I need?
You only got. Well, I'll give you black. So 3 words.
So I had 3 words left.
Mm-hmm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I got 3 points. So
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That was a hard one, I know. I went to Wikipedia and I was like, man, this is like, there's nothing on it. I even watched like gameplay to see if like there was something that was a little more obvious. Nope. I was like, this is gonna be a hard one. But he's played it, and he played it recently, so why not?
This might be too easy, and I regret it now. So,
Cool.
First word, physics.
Okay. Physics. Control?
No.
Okay.
Train.
Train. Like the vehicle train?
I'm not telling you.
Damn it.
It's up for interpretation.
Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe it's the train from when you're like on a wedding dress.
I'm just like train of thought.
Yeah, exactly. Train of thought. You. Okay. Physics train. Okay. A train. I've played this game, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, human fall flat?
No.
Okay.
Points.
Physics train points. Here's the thing. I've never played any train simulators. I've never played like any kind of builders that involve trains. It's definitely not that. But imagine you're riding on a train and you're going
I think
to
Emily
points.
just got it. She just looked at me.
Dang it, Emily.
Emily got 8 points. All right.
Train points. Man, this is okay. This is difficult. Oh, no. Ooh, no. Physics has thrown me off though. Physics has thrown me off. I'm trying to think of a game with a train in it. You're going from point to point.
I think
Is it a? It's not a walk. It's not a Walking Dead game.
Are you guessing?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Bowling ball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto 4?
No.
Oh.
Crash.
Oh. Pain.
Yes.
Okay. We've done Pain before with 10 words.
We did it. No, you did it with
I did it Mad Libs. I did Mad Libs of Pain.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ooch.
Yep.
That was the word I gave you, remember?
Yep. The remaining words were ragdoll, theme park, slingshot, Hasselhoff, and ooch.
Ooch. So what did I get out of that? That was...
You got 6 points.
All right, cool. So 6-3. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I
And
don't even know.
You won 2-0 last.
I know. That was so funny.
Ugh.
I think we should have probably described to Crooked.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, yeah. And it was a lot of pressure to put on him.
It was a lot of pressure, and that's why I was like, well, he wants to describe, so okay. That's all good. It's all
Did you guess
good.
the game correctly, Emily?
No, I thought it was Gang Beasts.
She thought it was Gang Beasts. She was wrong.
Actually, I could see that, though. The train, I could see that. Yeah. Points,
I
though.
forgot about that. I love that game.
What is points in reference to? Like, where you're pointing?
We played horse, so you had
points.
you had to get more destruction points.
Gotcha.
And then we always aimed for the bowling ball.
Yes, we did. Every time. Every time. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Great. So we're gonna move to the other hour. I got to play my PlayStation 5 for the first time.
Lucky son. of a-
Yeah, it was a really nice experience. They called me. I got an email actually, and it was like, set up your appointment to pick up your PlayStation, because I was planning to wait in line until midnight or
Right.
whenever they opened. And I set it for 6, and then they called me, and they're like, "Oh, you never set an appointment," but I did. But I tried to set it for 6 again, and they're like, "That's a really busy time. Are you sure?" No, so I said, "I'll set it for 6:30. I'll get to sleep in a little bit." And I got out of the car, I got in line, and I realized they were taking them out to curbside pickup, but no one was in curbside pickup except like one guy. So I got
Weird.
back in my car, I put in the app that I was there, and they just brought it to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really
You're
cool. I got to stay warm while I waited for 5 minutes instead of the 15 it would have taken to go inside.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And I didn't have to be the one that got worried about being attacked on the way out and having my PlayStation stolen. If it happened to an employee, then it's still
Right.
not
Well,
my
then they're not liable they're liable for it. So
Yep, if I never got it yet. So that
Yeah,
was
exactly.
my thinking too.
So basically, what we've learned is that COVID has done a lot of amazing things.
I love COVID.
Dude,
That's a soundbite.
I forgot to mention. I know that's a soundbite for sure. I love COVID. I'm actually going to be able to go back to work a little bit this week.
Oh dang!
Super excited. So I'm working tomorrow. I'm working possibly Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So yeah, it's good stuff. But I'm working all from home, and I wouldn't
that's
be able
really
to
cool.
do that if it wasn't for COVID. So
I think a lot of companies are like, "Oh, you can do your job from home."
Yeah, well, that's
And then
see the thing is
people are
with
like,
Marvel,
"I told you that the whole time."
We've been talking about this, but no, like
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, Paramount, Universal, their concern is security, obviously, and that totally makes sense. But come on, it's just the workflow is so different for us specifically that half the time we're just waiting around for things to show up, and it's
Yeah.
almost pointless for us to be at the shop. So actually, what's happened? Our shop is going away because the landlords want to continue to charge us 200% above asking price. And so we're not going to be able to pay for the building. So the building's going away. So our entire company is going to be from home until we find another building, or we decide, you know what? We're gonna just continue to do at home, and we'll maybe do some hybrid, work at a shop later on, a much smaller shop. So
That's awesome.
Anyway, COVID.
Are they sending you like stuff to work on, or do you have to work on like your personal computers?
So I already have my Mac trash can already set up. Basically, it's already hooked up to my monitors here. So all I have to do is just switch up to the inputs, and then I have a whole nother system.
Dope. Yeah. See, we
So-
love COVID.
COVID's great.
It's not though. Please.
Disclaimer: COVID is not good.
It's not.
horrible.
Anyway, so I got very lucky with my experience, but I especially on Xbox Day, there were people getting emails that their pre-orders were canceled.
Wow.
Ports pickups, getting stolen or like a broken device.
Yep.
Holes
in boxes. I saw that.
The what?
Holes in boxes.
Yeah.
People had like
And,
destroyed
a
boxes.
lot of boxes were labeled like
Yeah.
Xbox inside. Finding a console right now is an absolute mess, and I think that's messed up. Like, how could you not predict, as with every other console, that it's not going to sell out?
Yeah, and the fact that nobody can go get in line. No one.
And so they weren't even really offering them in stores. You had to order them online, and the websites couldn't handle all the traffic.
Yeah, good luck.
I spent half the day playing, and half the day trying to find one for my friend Andrew. And they announced that they were going to do the Walmart thing every 3 hours. And we had it in our cart from the round before, and we'd hit checkout immediately, and then it would be like, oh dear, and then you wouldn't be able to pick it up.
Oh dear.
And I've never heard someone so dejected in my entire life.
Dude.
He'd be like, I give up, man. I'm not getting one until next year. And I'd be like, check out my screenshot. Look at the adaptive triggers, dude.
You're sending pictures of you playing. Have a good time.
Asked, but I'm like, if you really want it, I'll send it to you.
I know, right? I know. No, it sucks. A lot of people just could not get in, man. They could not access any site. And then if you go to PlayStation site, because I was kind of like just seeing how hard it would be if I actually got one. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was that. It was exactly that. I tried every round just to see if I could snag a PS5. And there was no way. And then I went to PlayStation's website for their store, and they put you in a queue, and it said wait time more than an hour. Yeah. And then by the time it got to like 15 minutes left, it was like, there are no more PS5 consoles. Yeah. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. Yeah. But it's like, why are they doing this? Like, what?
Yep.
Like, why don't they just let people buy the console
and then pay for it? Send it when you can.
Exactly.
Like, why do I have to freak out like this?
And why can't I just pay you and you just put me on a list and say, okay, this guy is like 985th place in line. He'll get his PS5 next year if it's going to take that long to get to me. You know what I mean?
Like,
why is that a
don't
thing?
charge until it ships in case I find something somewhere else in the meantime.
Exactly.
That way I just know it's coming.
Exactly. Charge me when my spot in line comes.
I also feel like all stores should do that too, so that I could buy it. Or I could pre-order it in several places, and then whichever one comes first, I just cancel the rest of them.
That's probably why they do that, though. That's probably why they don't allow you to do that, is for that very reason.
Yeah, but it would be nicer.
I mean, of course.
Yeah. So, in terms of the system, there's a lot of cool features that are new. They had a presets feature, which might seem minor, but like you could pick the difficulty, the resolution versus performance, the orientation of like up and down and left and right. Subtitles and audio, so that way when you boot up a game, you don't have to finish with that.
That's
stuff.
huge. That takes so much time to have to change it every time too.
Yeah, it's amazing. You could hide spoilers. Either it could recognize if the devs have marked something a major spoilers, it won't show up in the news, or you can mark it so like, oh, anything that involves something where I'm not there in the game yet, that's a spoiler, instead of what the devs just think is a spoiler.
You're gonna have all these spoiler things set up, and then I'm just gonna get on chat and be like, he dies.
Ooh, you're gonna have a lot to censor today.
I know. It's fine.
The tapping the PlayStation button during the game will just bring up the sub menu without taking you out of the game, which is really nice. And I still like that achievement feature where they're like, oh, you could do this achievement. It takes 15 minutes. Here's how to do it if you're stuck. The app is a big improvement.
Yes.
I enjoyed getting a notification when a game was done downloading. I started downloading Spider-Man, and I went on a walk
Yeah,
like on the walk. I'm like, oh, it's ready.
I was getting every, because Jeff and I account share obviously, and I was getting every single update when he would install a game, and I was like, that's pretty neat actually. Like that is very helpful, especially if I'm, well, I mean, back in the day when I was working,
Yeah.
when I'd leave for work, I would hope that a game would install while I was gone.
Yeah.
But this like now tells me, oh yeah, it actually installed.
Yep, it's
And the
very
fact that the store is built into the app finally, that is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
You could start games from the app too.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I don't like you're already holding the controller, so I guess it's not.
But I can play games from your PlayStation 5 on my phone.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know how I downloaded it on my account, but it still showed up on your
That is
app.
weird.
That was a little weird. I think you'll have to sync your own PlayStation when
I think that's
when
what
you get that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
My biggest upset is no more wish list. I had like 40 games on my wish list.
Yeah,
So whenever
right.
something would go on sale, I'd go to my wish list and I'd be like, okay, which games do I want that are in the sale? And I can't do that anymore. And I don't
sucks.
remember what was on my wish list. There are websites for that, and they send you an email when your wish list games are on sale.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not plan ahead.
That sucks.
I kind of saw it on Reddit once, and then I'm like, oh, I should move my wish list, and I never did, and now it's gone forever.
That sucks.
It does. The hard drive fills up really quickly. I was really spoiled with that 2 terabyte hard
Yep.
drive, and games are optimized well, but I'm already 2/3 full.
That was gonna be one of my questions for you. Like, how much space do you have left?
I have, I'm using over 500 gigabytes so far, and I have like 200 left.
Yeah, that's like, it's like
It's like
85%.
I did get a bunch of big games. Like I got Spider-Man Remastered. I
Mm-hmm.
got Miles Morales. I got Bugsnax. I got Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Red Dead
RDR2.
Redemption, Fall Guys. What did you say? Oh, RDR2.
Yeah, sorry.
Fall Guys, Human Fall Flat,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's it. And that's all the games I have right now.
Yeah, and you can probably put like, I think all you have left now is like maybe, I think like you're like
AAA games.
You're like a Call of Duty Warzone away from maxing out your entire hard drive.
If I can fit that. Gee.
It's like 100 gigs.
Yeah. Right on the main menu, I really enjoy that there's separate tabs for media and games, and it's not so cluttered. Like
That's cool.
I felt like when I opened the media app and I was trying to start a game, it's all app, game you played you played a while ago, and it was such a big hassle.
I hate that.
There are no more folders.
Okay.
Which is a bummer, but it only takes like the last 5 or 6 or 7 recent games you've played.
Okay.
And then it takes you right to the library, where you can sort by like recently bought, release date, recently played,
That's cool.
or platform. So most games
neat.
are easy to find. It was a little confusing for games like Miles Morales, where they had a PlayStation 4 and 5 version, which version you were looking at, because
Gotcha.
on my main menu, even though I only had the PlayStation 5 one downloaded, the PlayStation 4 one was the one there. So when I clicked on it, it just kept trying to download the PlayStation 4 version. And I'm like, why would I want to play that?
Oh, I see. So you get so when you buy the PlayStation 5 version, you automatically get the PS4 version?
I bought the PS4 version, so I automatically got the PlayStation 5 version. That
in
way,
case for some reason I wanted to play.
if you wanted to play, or like when we both have PlayStation 5s and I wanted to give my PlayStation 4 to a family member,
Oh, that's
they could
cool.
play Miles Morales.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was really cool. The load times are non-existent. Like,
Yeah.
they're so quick. Like in Miles Morales, I didn't have to wait for almost anything.
Wow.
They have
That's
an
amazing.
optional cutscene for when you do fast travel, because they made them for the PlayStation 4 version. But I don't use them
Right.
because you don't need them. It's almost instant that you pop.
Yeah,
up
you
in
just
a new
go to the
place
next
from the
one.
map.
That's insane.
I can't wait for you to get it because Party Chat allows you to screen share, and then we could be playing a game together
Yes.
and see each other's
Yes.
screen in the bottom corner.
When I saw that function for the PlayStation 5, I was like, that is how I'm going to pretty much play when I'm playing. Like, if Jeff's on, I'm going to be playing like that. Like, that's so cool that we can just be playing the same game and, like, seeing what the other one's doing. Unless there's, like, spoilers, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I
don't know
wouldn't
how
want
that
to do it
works.
for, like, a game like Among Us or anything like that. But
Right.
a game we're playing together. Or
Yeah.
if, like, we were playing Human Fall Flat and you were super far behind, I could see where you're at.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Even like you were playing like Call of Duty and you're on the same team or something. That'd be super helpful.
Yeah. Oh my god. It'd be a little bit cheating.
You know what? Who gives a shit?
I mean, if it helps both of us, then I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is my first 4K Blu-ray player. So
Oh, wow.
I put in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 4K Bluray, and it looks incredible. Like
Oh.
there's a noticeable difference between 4K digital and like streaming and then
Oh.
4K on the disc.
I'm
And
sure.
it looked incredible. But I did hear this, like if you're like an audio file or a video file, this is not the best experience. It doesn't work well with Dolby Atmos or Vision. So if
Okay.
you're looking for a great 4K Blu-ray player, this probably isn't the best thing for you.
So what do you think I should do then? Should I go with the disc version or the digital version?
Do you have any disc games that you want to play?
I mean, none that would be available, like on like no. But every game that I own, I'm gonna keep my PS4 if that helps.
Then no, you don't need the disc version. Like I think if you want to play 4K Blu-rays and you want them to look as best as they can, I would just get a 4K Blu-ray player later. But you don't even have a 4K TV right now.
No, I don't. So
I think you would be fine with the digital version, especially because like it's very rare that me and you would buy a physical game because then the other one can't play it.
right, that's what I was thinking. Like,
So I think you should go for the digital version, and honestly,
Yeah.
those will probably be a little easier to find.
that's what I've heard too. Like, you know, because a lot of people want to buy them just for the physical copies and like the you know, like a lot of these Instagram gamers, they want to buy the physical disc for the pictures.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they buy that is just for their pictures and their work.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't necessarily need that.
Yeah, great. Then I think you're good.
All right, cool. Well, I'll have to think about that then.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about for the console itself is the controller. Most notably, the adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
Like the R2 and L2, like you pull them when you're, kind of just playing with the controller, and they go easily. They're easy to press, but like
Cool.
the way some games incorporate how to use that trigger is incredible. Like there's attention to it when you're swinging from a web as Miles Morales. I was playing Bug Snacks, and you could scan the bugs, and you have to take a picture because it's pretty much Pokemon and Pokemon Snap put together.
Right, Pokemon Snap, yeah.
And when you pull the trigger, it feels like you're pressing a button on a camera. There's a
That's-
click to it.
Oh, that's so cool.
And someone did when they were playing Astrobot, they showed an example of what it was like by pressing it with the very edge of their finger, and it was shooting a gun that shot out balls. And every time someone shot out, the controller would fight you a little bit. So the trigger was bouncing up and down.
That's crazy.
I heard it's like, even though Call of Duty's cross-platform, they took advantage of it as well. So there's some recoil to it.
Yes, I actually saw a video of this guy trying to show how it works, and he said this is the most annoying thing ever.
I heard if you want to play competitively,
Yes.
you don't want to have it on.
Right,
But for
right.
immersion,
Yes, for immersion, yes. I think if you're going to play story, like Cold War and everything, turn it on. But I think for competitive, I heard it's actually more harmful than it is.
yes, it puts you at a disadvantage unless everyone's using it.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think for me,
I'm
it'd be
excited
more
for
fun
it.
to do a section of a game where you and your friends all have, like, if you're going to use this big gun, you're going to pay for it with your finger.
It's true.
That is my favorite thing about it for so far. And like the haptic feedback, like it can vibrate in different parts of the controller.
That's
I was
cool.
playing a game where there was thunder going on in the background, and you'd hear the thunder and your controller would rumble a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it was so cool.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for that controller. I've heard good things, especially like just how it feels, like the weight of it.
Yeah.
Like it feels like quality from what I've heard.
And like always with these new systems, like it takes like a year or two for the games to really start to hit their stride in terms of doing what the console can do. But the controller is the first thing in it that feels next generation, like more than anything I've jumped into new. Like it is super cool.
Nice.
It is my favorite part, and
Okay.
I hope more games take a part of that.
That's awesome.
I've been playing games in terms of performance versus graphic fidelity. I prefer the nicer graphics because I've been playing without 60 frames a second my entire life.
Same here.
But it is a noticeable difference. Like, it's so much smoother to play Spider-Man as Miles
Right.
in 60 frames a second. But I don't want to miss out on like the ray tracing and like the reflections from the puddles and the glass.
I know.
So I think I'm with the majority who goes with graphics over 60 frames a second.
Interesting.
And I feel ashamed. Everyone in the PC Master Race hates me right now.
Yeah, see, honestly, I agree with you. I'm all about graphics over 60 frames. Like, if I had to pick, it'd be graphics because I prefer immersion over, like, aesthetic, I guess. Not aesthetic, because aesthetic is part of the graphics, but yeah, I feel like 60 I almost prefer, like, I'm watching a game as if it's a movie.
Yeah, and mostly I do narrative experiences. It might be different
too.
if I was playing a game like Call of Duty. Like once
Right.
again, I would turn off the controller, the adaptive trigger function, and I would go for performance in frames a second, so I can get
Yes.
that precision. But like,
Exactly.
if
the
I'm
twitch.
watching a story play out like in Miles Morales, unless I'm getting like massive drops in frame rate, then it doesn't bother me.
So when you're actually playing 60, you actually lose ray tracing in certain elements of the graphics?
Yeah, so like I think it's 1080 in 60 frames a second, but 4K is the ray tracing in 30 frames a second.
Oh, so that's just for Miles Morales.
That's
though.
just for Miles Morales. Like there I'm sure there's going to be games in the future
There
that
will be.
have 60 frames a second and ray tracing.
Yeah, there will
But
be.
if I had to pick in like I do in Miles Morales, I go for the graphics.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think for I haven't finished Days Gone. I've barely kind of touched Days Gone for PlayStation, and the fact that it has 60 frames per second, like I'm gonna try to see what the difference is. But if I'm gonna lose ray tracing and all the graphics, fidelity and stuff, I'm probably just gonna do the same thing you're doing. Just gonna forget 60 frames per second and just play for the graphics.
Awesome. Great. Well, for the next half an hour, I'd like to talk about Bugsnax.
I do have
Let me
some
bust out
questions
my
for you.
essay.
I do have some
Oh, yeah,
questions
go
for
ahead.
you. If you're done.
No, I was just going to talk about, like, the only other thing I have left is, like, how much fun I'm having playing Bugsnax and Spider-Man Miles Morales. I messed up. The cloud saving wasn't working very well.
Okay.
And what I accidentally did is I went back to my last cloud save instead of my last regular save. And I lost, like, 2 hours progress on Miles Morales. Like, I was mad. I won't play this
That
anymore.
sucked. 2 hours, damn.
Yeah, I know. Because, like, so last night I was like, oh, I have a couple hours to play Miles. But it
Right.
turned out to just me playing catch up to where I got to earlier that day.
Gotcha.
So that's frustrating.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that was one of my questions. How easy was it to transfer your save stuff?
I don't know how to do it yet.
Okay.
I was hoping that because I had a PlayStation 4 with Plus, that my games would automatically transfer. And the only game I've started so far that has that ability was Ghost of Tsushima, and it started me right from the top of the game. So I'm unfamiliar with how to move my save yet. Spider-Man
Okay.
Remastered recently announced that they were going to be able to move your progress, but they wouldn't be able to do that until around Thanksgiving.
Right.
Because initially, because it's remastered, you were going to have to start over. But
Yeah, it's a whole new
people
game,
complained.
basically.
Yeah, but people were like, no, we want our old saves. And they're
Yeah.
like, okay, fine.
And Somniac, man, they saved the day on that one.
They saved the day in general. Like, all of those suits
Really?
are incredible. I instantly got used to the new Spider-Man face. They did show some comparisons on like the emotion at the end of the game, where like I don't want to talk about it, but like where it's a heavy emotional moment, and
All right.
like old Peter looks torn, and then the new Peter
Ugh.
looks a little disgusted. Like, so I could see where the complaints come from there, but like in motion, I think the new Peter Parker looks great.
Yeah, I agree.
And Bugsnax is super fun. Like it's like you're playing with a bunch of Muppets.
That's
I think you should
hilarious.
claim the game now, by the way. Claim it so
Oh,
that you
yeah.
have it when you get it.
That's right. I need to do that.
But it's pretty much Pokemon Snap mixed with catching Pokemon, because like there's a puzzle with every monster you see to try and catch them. You can't
That's
just
cool.
set traps for everyone and hope for the best. Like some of them like catch up, some of them like range dressing and you have to lure them out with that. Some of them are flying and you don't have a thing to catch them with yet. It's so much fun.
That's
I'm
amazing.
having a really good time, and I like every character I've come across.
That's hilarious. That's fantastic.
All right. So what questions you got about it?
I got only one other question other than the transfer, because you've answered everything else that I was going to ask.
Oh, nice.
Where's your PlayStation 5? Were you able to fit it anywhere properly? And is it vertical or horizontal?
I was house sitting when I got it, and I set it down. I'm like, this isn't gonna fit anywhere in my room.
It's huge.
But luckily we got this entertainment center, and it's fitting nice and snug. I'm gonna see if I can show you if I turn off the green screen effect.
Okay.
Like it I got very fortunate, and please excuse the mess.
That's all good.
It fits really nicely. Oh, I just made a huge song. Can you see it? It's like right in the bottom.
Oh,
there.
yeah, that fits perfectly.
I know. I was like, it's not even like a tight fit. There's room to breathe.
Yeah.
I'm
You lucked
very
out.
happy. I know. It was a big sigh of relief when I got home.
Yeah, mine's going to have to like go behind my monitors standing up because there's no room down here. So,
I do have
yeah,
space
there's no room
next.
down
I
here.
have I got a surround sound speaker system,
Mhm.
but the wires are kind of short. So
Okay.
on the entertainment center, I have a speaker subwoofer.
Okay.
So I would have just found a new spot for that if that was the case. But
Nice.
I am
Alright.
also hoping to get a bigger TV, so
Cool. All right.
it wouldn't even fit there anymore.
But that's all I had to ask though. So cool.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. And I can't wait for you to get one so that we
I
can
can't
both
either.
reap the benefits and
Yeah.
play together.
Excited.
You're hoping like around your birthday, maybe?
I'm hoping at the latest. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Or like just really start telling your mom now.
I know, right? Mom, please.
Mommy.
Mommy.
Or just cash.
I know, right? Just send me cash. Send me Target gift cards. If I go through Target, I can get 5% off.
I saw a meme. It was like, it was a person working at Walmart, and it was the Woody meme where Andy was like, "I don't want to play with you anymore," and it was after I got my discounted Xbox, and he was dropping Walmart like, "I don't want to work for you anymore." So you should have got like a retail job and got it, and then like dropped it.
That'd have been hilarious. I love that idea. That's amazing.
You're carrying it out. You're like, "I quit." And
You're right. Bye.
Great. So those were our 2 Give It an Hours. Next week, we're going to have special guests, Alex and Clay. Once again,
Mhm.
we're very excited.
Yep.
Um,
Thanksgiving special, guys.
Yep. And we have 2 games for them to play, and they recommended a game for us.
Mm-hmm.
So for Clay, we're going to have him play Speedrunners.
Mm-hmm.
For Alex, she's going to play Human Fall Flat, which we play a lot.
Right.
And then they recommended for us Castle Crashers.
Yes.
And we got the remastered version for the PlayStation 4, so we're going to play
Woohoo.
that, and we're going to share our thoughts for you. And then, as always, please contact us on social media or email, and let us know what you thought of these games, if you've played them or tried them.
Mhm.
Did anyone, I assume no one reached out to you about the Oculus
No,
and PS5?
no. Everybody hates me.
They hate us, Nathan.
That's right. That's right. They just hate you.
I
I'm
know,
just
they're
kidding.
like, if you posted on your personal page, maybe they would have gotten it, but because they
I
think
know,
I'm
right?
associated with the answer,
They're like, ugh.
and they're like, no.
No.
Like,
don't
I
know.
could tell they hate me because, like, as soon as we started the podcast last week, I made a joke at your expense, and Crooked's like, no, Nathan's a good guy, and I'm all, okay.
You slowly shrink away into the camera, like,
And then I didn't talk for 45 minutes.
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
It was-
realize that till
No,
after
I'm totally joking. It was mostly that I felt unqualified to input anything because he was so well educated and like
he is.
so passionate, and
He is.
I as much as I love gaming and like this
Right.
podcast, and obviously you,
Mhm.
I felt like outclassed. So I was just like,
He's like OG gamer. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
guys been playing on what the Intellivision. Like, come on.
yeah. So
can't beat
I mean,
that.
he had a power glove. That's all you need to say.
Exactly. That's exactly it. He was that dedicated. He got a power glove and realized how stupid it was. But the fact that he had one is huge.
I know, like the fact that he knows it was stupid is proof that he had one. Everyone else
Exactly.
is like, they're cool. You're wrong. Like,
Yeah,
no,
you're
I don't.
wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
also, as a reminder, we're live on Twitch right now.
Yes.
So if you're listening to the show, we are live on Twitch, and we do this every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Mhm.
So yeah, and also our release time has moved to Mondays. So you're currently listening to this on a Monday. So
Yeah, it's Monday. I hope something cool happened that we missed.
all right.
Actually, I hope
also,
not. I don't want to be behind the times.
I know, right? I don't either. I have one more announcement too. We are going to be doing an award show at the very end of the year for all the games we played this year. I'm thinking I want to call it the Gwipty Awards, which is the games we played this year awards. It's really
We're
stupid.
gonna work on that.
I know we'll work on it, but anyway,
We should call it "Give It a Year."
We'll work
Like,
on
give
it.
it an hour.
Give it a year.
It's
Give it
better
a year.
than Gwipty. Shut up.
Give it Gwipty.
Even Emily made fun of me for "Give It a Year." She just made eyes at me, and I don't appreciate it. I'm doing
Give it
my
a year
best.
awards. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We
But
also have
anyway-
another announcement for the holidays
Oh.
next week, which we will be talking about. I'm not going to bring it up now.
Okay, fine.
But next week, we will bring it up. We have an announcement for you. Oh, I wanted to ask how you did some charity playthroughs this weekend. How did the?
Oh, that went really well. We actually got to $120 raised for Children's LA.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was awesome. Yeah, my community's amazing, and I love them to death. And they came out, and yeah, Alex even came out. She donated $20.
That's awesome. Who did you do it in conjunction with?
It was with Extra Life. It was with Current Backloggers. They're the they're another podcast. Awesome guys. But they asked us to be a part of their team, and I know you didn't stream, but I did, so I figured, well, I'll just kind of play for both of us. And then we also took donations during the show last week as well, and we actually got some donations, so it was good.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to shout them out because
But yeah, check out the Current Backloggers. They're on all the podcast.
it sounds
forums
like
as well.
a similar podcast to what we have.
Yeah, Current Backlog. Yeah, exactly. It's called the Current Backlog, I believe, or the Current Backloggers.
Don't leave us for them, but you can listen to them in conjunction to us.
Exactly, in conjunction only.
Yeah, you're only allowed if you also listen to us too.
Exactly.
Rate us on iTunes, Backlog and Beyond. You could email us at contact@backlogandbeyond.com. You could find us on Twitter at BacklogBeyond. You could find us on Instagram at BacklogandBeyond. You could find me on all the social medias at Zavadabadoo. And where can we find you, Nathan? Hathan.
Hathan Hawkins. You can find me on all the social medias, including Twitch, Adventure Hawkins, except on Twitter, it is Adventure without the E.
Adventure without the E. Great. Well,
I got a joke for you.
you have a joke. Like, as soon as I almost called us out, I was like, here it comes.
Here it goes.
Well, I mean, you might be able to hear if Emily laughs too, so you get half a point.
Perfect.
If
All right.
Emily laughs and I don't.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I recently got enslaved by a dolphin. It's hard work, but at least I serve a porpoise.
Ooh, she didn't even laugh. I think that was funny. It was cute. But you get nothing for that.
I'm gonna go cry.
5, 6, 7, 8.